Hey, thanks for joining me, Misty Bumbles, for another episode of Prohibited Medicine, where we talk about cannabis. So if you're under 18, you need to go on and get this content is not for you. If you are over 18, feel free to stick around because you are my peoples. And let's get to it. So today I wanted to talk about how autos are not for beginners. I mean, very humbly, in my personal opinion. I say this because I am currently, as of here at the end of February 2022, I am nearing the end of my second run of cannabis plants growing. Sorry, Jesus Christ, get it out, Jen. I'm doing a video on this because after talking to a couple people in our canna community, about it dawned on me that I should make a video about it. Because when I started researching to grow and learning all the different nuances of growing, photos, periods, flipping to flower, yada, yada, the whole spiel, it was my understanding, or at least what I gathered from a couple different sources, a couple different creators, was that autos were geared towards beginners. They work automatically, right? I mean, like they're on their own. They do their own thing. You just set it and forget it, so to speak. So I bought autos. I went hard. I planted 6. I did 3 cultivars, 2 of each. And wow, what a ride that shit was. Yeah, you have no control over auto. Like, zero. And yes, you can do training on them. I trained the hell out of mine. Like, I think considering me being a first-time grower and what I had done, I think I did a fantastic job. But that's because, fortunately, I work from home. I can peep into my garden a million times a day if I want. And with that first grow, I definitely did. I was still very hands off because I still went in there. Less is more. However, periods, on the other hand, which is what I'm currently running now, I'm kind of scarred from the autos, kind of, but not really. I'm doing photoperiods right now, and already they're just so more, like, they're much more forgiving. They're so much more resilient. I mean, you do one false move, you defoliate a little too much or feed a little too heavy with the autos, and you're going to stunt it, or at least pause its progression even momentarily. And with autos, you don't have that time to pause or stunt the progression because they're already on their own time clock. But with photos, if you were to stunt them in any way, and I say stunt, but I'm pretty sure y'all are catching what I'm throwing down. They bounce back. They're so much more resilient. You have so much more control with the photos. If you want them to be bigger or bushier, then you let them veg longer before you flip the flower. Or, as I mentioned to a friend in the Canna fam when we had our conversation, shout out to Big Sexy Buds, you can treat a photo period like an autoflower if you really wanted to, meaning that if you wanted a fast harvest, then flip that bitch at 4 weeks and veg. Yeah, I mean, it's still going to need like at least 8 weeks to flower, as photo periods are, but still, you're only looking at 12 weeks. And that's a pretty quick harvest if you ask me, and some autos go about that long. At least half of mine did. Remember I told you I did 6? Yeah, I should have harvested all of them later when I did, but I was excited and I was so sure that they were like 100% ready. They were ready, but they could have stayed longer, which is why I kind of harvested half and then I left the other half. So either which way, they did pretty damn close to 12 weeks as it is. So if you're looking for a quick harvest, you could still do that with photoperiods. And not to mention, autoflowers are so much more expensive than photoperiods. And I'm not giving any discredit to autoflowers. They definitely have their place, even in my life. The point of this video was, let's pull out the information that autos are perfect for beginners. Because they're kind of not. Especially if you have absolutely zero experience. Because there's no vegetable plant or a plant out there that's exactly like cannabis. I found that through my research. Because cannabis is in a league all of its own. Or so I've been told. I'm not no expert grower. I have grown different vegetables. I've grown different flowers. And now I'm growing cannabis. And it is so true. It's in a league all of its own. So to say that autos are perfect for a beginner with zero experience, I call BS. I did it. And it was rough. And luckily, as I stated before, I work from home. So I could monitor them constantly, consistently, because that could have been a disaster if I had to go to work every day and not have eyes on them for 8+ hours a day. So, and then depending on when your light cycle is on or off. I live where it's really cold right now and we're in the winter time, so I like my lights to be on throughout the night. Obviously, it's easier to regulate the temperature during the coldest part of the day, in my opinion, especially when it drops as low as it does here in Ohio on Lake Erie. But yeah, I've had a great run with my photos, this current run, and it's been amazing. Currently growing in a 4x4 tent with the Spider Farmer 4000 LED. I have a 6-inch inline fan and a carbon filter setup as well. The exhaust is straight out through my chimney. Holla. Currently, I have 3 girls in 5-gallon fabric pots on wooden stands to keep them off the ground. We don't need their ass getting cold because, as I stated, it's cold as hell where we live. I am growing Hindu Kush, Master Kush, and lemon extract at the moment. Variety is the spice of life. I don't ever really foresee me growing like multiple of the same cultivars because I like having multiple different strains at one time. So I'm probably gonna grow no more than 2 at the same time of one particular cultivar. Because I only grow for personal use anyhow, and I do enjoy growing very much. So I don't want to get too ahead on my personal stash, only because I do enjoy growing. So I find that for me personally, just personal use for my husband and I, growing in small batches is the way to go, and different cultivars, because again, variety is the spice of life, honey. But there you have it. I hope you found this video very informative, interesting. If you didn't know already, maybe you've dabbled with autos and you agree with me 100%. Maybe you don't agree with me. Let me know. I'd love to hear everybody's input on the matter. Again, this was just my personal opinion as a brand new grower, nearing the end of my second run. First run of autos, second run of photos. Drastically different, but still exciting nonetheless. I am going to keep growing autos because I do have the seeds for them. I am going to pop them beans in a couple months because it's still pretty chilly here. But I'm going to throw them outdoors in the greenhouse when I grow my vegetables this spring, summer. So I'm excited to do a run of autos outside because I feel like they'd be much better outside. Anyways, at least from word of mouth, but we shall see how it goes, and I will certainly let you know. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video if you can. Please give me a follow on my other social media platforms. I am on Instagram, Discord, Twitch, and Patreon. So holla at your girl. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Be easy. One love.